Hey guys, welcome once again to my channel. My name is Tolu Falode. I am so happy to have you guys here. Today I will be discussing signs of infidelity. And I decided to talk on this topic because I do know that there are certain situations where you get a prompting in your gut that something is not right. So I just wanted to give a few tips and pointers of what you should look out for. And yeah, let's begin. The first step is to pay attention to their actions. Has their demeanor changed? Are they more distant? What is different about the way they treat you? These are questions that will enable you to establish solid points of reference when you're looking to discuss what exactly is different about your particular relationship. It also is indicative of distractions. Are they distracted? Do they seem more distant? Do they seem less interested? These are questions that will enable you to establish if there is a disruption in your connection as a couple. And it's really important to establish these pointers for reference, as you will see in the next couple of steps. The next step is reception. How do they treat you? I know I mentioned this previously, but I want to go a bit deeper into it. How do they respond to your comments? Are they less engaged? Do they seem more distracted? Do they seem less interested? Are they more focused on themselves as opposed to your union? Are they more self-absorbed? Because that says a lot about how their perception is changing. I always say actions speak louder than words because actions tell the truth, but words can lie. And it's really important to pay attention to how they receive you now. Does it feel like you're just an echo? What I mean by that is, let me give an illustration. You know when you're on the phone and you lose reception, does it feel like there is a loss of reception, like you're talking to yourself? In other words, you keep talking and talking and talking to the extent that you're even tired of your own voice. Does that feel like the repetitive pattern in your relationship? Then there is something wrong. And this leads to my next step, investigation, which is based in interactions, not stalking. Don't go through their phone. Don't take this as some sort of mandate to pursue them on social media and all their, technical platforms or social platforms. No. I want you, and I advise you strongly, to focus on solid points of your interaction, because this will let you know if there is a change in their behavior that you can make reference to. Observe their attitude. Has it changed? Are they more aggressive? Are they more abrasive? Are they less sensitive? These are indicators that will show you that there is a change in how they see you as a person and how they see you in that relationship. And this is important in establishing infidelity because cheating is not just physical in nature, it can be emotional. And it's more, I would argue that there is more danger when it's an emotional situation. I would argue this, I wouldn't say for sure, because when it's emotional, it means that they have pulled away from you emotionally, even though they seem to be present physically. And these steps I am pointing out are to establish what exactly is the source of the problem, which is why your investigation has to be based on your interactions with each other. Anything more like stalking will only lead to more insecurities and less concentration on your union and more on, for all you know, could be an imaginative situation. So I want you to establish solid points of reference, because I don't want a situation where you're thinking you're paranoid because you have no points of reference. Less attention is a solid point of reference. More distraction is a solid point of reference, because this goes to their actions and their attitude in that relationship, which leads to my next point, conversation. It is important that you give your partner a chance to speak. Start talking to them about these particular pointers we've mentioned, their actions, their reception, their interactions. That's why I said this is all kind of, the third point is investigation. You need to have a logical point of reference that is not emotional in nature, because they could always come with that argument that goes, oh, you're being paranoid, or oh, you're being you're suffering from insecurity or low self-esteem. But what I'm trying to get you to do is to base your points of reference on solid situations that have actually happened in the relationship, and then to communicate in a logical manner to your partner. This is what is going on, this is how I feel, and this is what I think we can do to resolve this. And then listen to what they say. Conversation is key in establishing if they are willing to change, because this will lead to the next step. Response. What is their response? Do they give you that whole "I'm busy, sorry, I've been busy, that has been the reason behind my distraction," or "you're just suffering from low self-esteem," or because those are defense strategies. And it's interesting if they're defending themselves, because when you throw something at someone, they instantly try and deflect it. So that defensive strategy tells you that there is something they are trying to hide. It might not necessarily be a cheating situation, but they're not being completely honest as well. And honesty is one of the key foundations in my 3 C's of conversation, communication, and consistency in a relationship. Because honesty is the link that will keep your relationship and your interactions composed and structured. And if there's no honesty in that relationship, then there might just be infidelity. Maybe not physical, but certainly emotional, or at the very least psychological. And you need to be able to tackle that with your partner. Have they responded to these steps? If they do not respond to these steps permanently, when I say permanently, I don't mean they change after 2 weeks or 3 weeks or maybe a month or 2, but there is a permanent shift, and there is a conversation that is more honest based on your talk on their actions, their response, the investigation that is based on your interactions, and your communication through conversation. Based on these steps, you will know if there is infidelity in your relationship. And it's important to tackle this. You don't ignore an infection, it spreads. So you need to tackle it. And how do they respond? It will say a lot about how they see you and how they see your relationship. Well, I hope these steps have helped you guys. I will link more videos on this topic that I believe will help you down below. I really do enjoy sharing with you guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and send me an email if you have any private questions that you can't leave below at solufalode@yahoo.com. Until next time, have a lovely day, guys. Bye.